This video is for training the check-in volunteers for Team Emmanuel Conference. First, thank you so much for being willing to volunteer and greet our attendees as they come. At each of your check-in stations, you'll see an iPad or tablet, instructions, pen, and a blank check-in sheet. The screen on your iPad or tablet will look as what you see here on the video. When someone comes to your station, you'll welcome them to the conference and ask them for their phone number. You will enter it in on their behalf and click Go. We're looking for the check-in event called Check-in for Team Emmanuel Conference, or TEC 2019. It's the top one on the screen here. If it shows up, it means that the individual has registered, so we can touch that event and then click the checkbox in the upper right-hand corner to let us know that they're checked in, and then we're ready to greet the next person in line. If for some reason, when you type in their phone number, their name shows up, but it says no events found, it just means that we didn't have a registration form for this individual, but we're excited that they're there. So we want to make this check-in process as quick and easy and painless as possible. So instead of checking their name here, which we can't do, we will write down their information on the blank check-in sheet that you've been provided. You'll write down first name, last name, mobile phone number, and then in the far right column is an office use only section. Check the instruction guide to see what the reason was and mark the appropriate checkbox. In this case, no events were found, so we'll check that box in the office use only section. Now this was for just an individual, but for example, if we have a couple who has signed up, or one of the two in the family for the conference, it might look like this. And this is also a refinement. So if this pops up, you can just ask them their first name or their last name to continue on. We'll see here that the husband has not yet registered for the conference, but the wife has. So we can check her name and then go to the next button to choose the check-in event and check her in. What we'll want to do though is, if Andrew is also present for the conference, we'll write his first, last name, mobile phone number, and no events found in that office use only section again on the blank sign-in sheet. The one other option that you might have come up is, say you're typing in someone's number and you click Go, and it gives you a red error box on the top, meaning that they're unable to find the individual or family listed here. It says visit a man station, but for today, for quicker check-in, we're going to have you write down their first name, last name, mobile phone number, and in the office use only, check the unable to find button so that we're able to follow back up with them and make sure we have their information in our database. So those are the processes that you're going to be going through as a check-in person. Super easy. If they're in the system and ready, checking them in, and then having them proceed behind you to get a conference handbook and get on to the drinks and refreshments that we have in the concourse. If not, take a moment longer to write down their information on the additional check-in sheet. The last thing, after check-in is finished, we have a couple of cleanup instructions for you as a check-in person. With that, we'd like you to, on the blank check-in sheet, count the total number of people that you wrote in and write that number in the upper right-hand corner. You'll turn that sheet into the check-in lead so that they can get an overall head count of how many walk-ons we had that day. You'll also clean up your check-in station. That means that inside of the sign holder at your table, you'll throw away that piece of paper that had let them know to check in here, and you'll collect all other items, such as your pens, your instruction guides if you have them out, and your iPads and tablets, and place them inside of the check-in tub. The check-in lead will let you know where that's located, and that'll allow us to clean up our stations quickly and allow our facilities team to take care of the tables and the tablecloths and get you into Team Emmanuel Conference to be able to join with the rest of our attendees. Those are the instructions today for check-in station volunteers for Team Emmanuel Conference. Again, thank you so much for helping run check-in and getting us off to a great start for the conference. If you have any further questions, feel